Hey, welcome back everyone. This is Greg Kulowick. I'm an educational advocate for Mote, and I want to share another creative way that we can think about using Mote for Google Slides, and that would be to use Mote in a flipped learning environment. So you've probably heard of or maybe even used flipped learning as a strategy. Generally, it's kind of understood as students do the kind of individual work in a private space, kind of that individual space, typically at home where they're consuming video or readings, and then you do the kind of collaborative whole group problem solving, the kind of work that the teacher really needs to be there with the student, that cognitively challenging work in that kind of group or collaborative or collective environment in class. Now, one of the tricky things is getting students to really understand the content they're exploring in that individual space. So as a former history teacher, and I would flip lessons or units periodically if they kind of lended themselves to that content. But the challenge was I didn't always have the capacity to make all the instructional video. And if I ask students to simply kind of click on a link and watch a video, I'm not providing much context, background, or even follow-up after they watch it. And that's where I think Mote is a really great fit. So what I have here is a set of slides that I've mocked up that can be used to kind of create a flipped learning experience using Mote. So take a look at this slide here. On the top, we can obviously add the concept or the unit that you're exploring. And then in box number 1, that's where you can add a Mote audio recording to set the stage, build context, or introduce your students to the video that they're about to watch in stage number 2. So if you're using content on YouTube made by another creator, high quality video content, that's great. Not everyone has the capacity to make their own stuff. But instead of just throwing our students right into that video, we can preface it with, hey, here's 2 ideas you really need to focus on. Or while watching the video, here's the concept I want you to keep in mind. And again, with the premium version of Mote, you have up to 90 seconds in an audio clip. In box number 2, that's where you would add that existing YouTube content. And then in box number 3, that's where you might have some follow-up to kind of like summarize or clarify, like, hey, you just watched this video. Here's the thing you really need to keep in mind, or here's what I want you to be able to make sure you're prepared to talk about and explain and interact with when we have class tomorrow. If you want to go so far as to add in that 4th box, that's where you might have a challenge for students where they're going to reply with their own audio directly inside of this kind of like flipped Google Slides workspace. So let's kind of go live right now and do it. I'll record a bit of audio using the Mote Chrome extension. There's my pop-up. Let's record. All right, so you're about to watch this video from the crash course to history that's going to explain the outbreak of the American Revolution. Now, while you're watching, here's 3 really important things that I want you to keep in mind. So I'll stop there just to keep the demo short. I'll hit stop, wait for Mote to do its thing and work its magic, and then we'll just insert this audio file. And that's going to drop onto the slides, and I'll get rid of the text in box 1 and then just drag that audio over there. So let's make this a little bit bigger, drag this over here, and obviously you can get rid of the text and clean it up. Now what I would do is have that follow-up audio here as well, like, hey, you just finished watching. Now let's go grab the video. So I'll do insert video, and I'll search YouTube, and I'll do crash course American Revolution. And I might go, oh, that's the one. I know that's the one I want them to watch, and we'll drop that in here. Now, another little advantage you have as well is if this video might be a little bit too long, you can actually see in the sidebar here, it's an 11-minute video. That's a bit long to kind of consume in one sitting. So I'm actually going to copy that video and paste it onto the next slide. Go back to slide number 2, tap on that video, and now that I have my format options open, I can customize the playback time. So maybe they'll watch from 0 to 6 on slide 2, but they might watch from 6:01 to 11:27 on slide 3. And again, it's adding that audio to build context. That's the really powerful part. So again, instead of students just jumping into the American Revolution video, they hear you, they can develop confidence, there's clarity in terms of why they're watching the video, and this can just be a really helpful option when you'd like to build out any flipped video experience. It's revolving around pre-existing YouTube video and then blending Mote audio with it in Google Slides to create a really well-designed digital experience that kids can feel comfortable and confident navigating on their own. So that's it. That's the whole process. I hope Mote to support flipped learning is something that you can integrate into your classroom. And you can also get access to this template as well. So it'll be in the description of the video as well in the page for this whole concept for Mote to support flipped learning. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.